Dad, come here. Love you, man. All right. It's okay. You don't. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Let me know.
Thank you, guys. Well, that's sad. It's like 7 a.m., day 3. We have about a 34-mile ride today. We're gonna be cresting 10,000 feet. It looks like 2 to 3 times today. There are a couple of little climbs, but it's nothing like the day 1 climb, but it is a longer day, so we're doing our best to get out here early. Hopefully we can get on the road by 7:30. Today we'll be riding across a very open area, and in the summertime, especially in the afternoon, there's usually like a storm in the afternoon. A lot of the times that comes with thunder and rain. Lightning in an exposed area is really sketchy, so the earlier you can get started, the less chance you have of encountering a storm, therefore less chance of encountering lightning. So we're gonna pack up our bikes and get this show on the road. Okay, well, we're about coming up on 5 miles into today's ride, and we've had a little bit of confusion just because the maps that they've given us and the directions that they've given us are usually super accurate, and we're essentially using a little cat eye, which is a machine that measures how far you've gone, to kind of cross-reference between the map, the instructions, and our cat eye. But this morning, we're supposed to be looking for this overlook, and we have yet to see it, and supposedly it was supposed to be 2 miles ago. So the last thing you want to do on a trip like this is make a wrong turn and keep going, because you're just going to be adding mileage to an already long day. Today's already supposed to be over 34 miles, so. But I do think, you know, we've cross-referenced the map a couple of times, and I have a good feeling that we're actually on the right road. Well, we are halfway through today's ride, and there's this big, beautiful open meadow. So we've decided to stop and have lunch. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich with banana, an apple, got a boiled egg as well. You know, this is top quality gastronomy out here. Day 3, mile 19 on a 34, in the middle of nowhere in the forest. You know, my dad is 67 years old, and he last did this when he was in his early 40s. And I think he was pretty ambitious in wanting to join, but today, you know, the mileage and the climbs and everything, the altitude, all is just like kind of compounding. And he would be hopping on the bike and then jumping back off and like pushing it, and just really struggling. It's been 5 hours on the bicycles. Luckily, a ranger just drove by and has essentially picked my dad up and taken him to a nearby peak that may have cell reception. So my dad would be able to make a phone call and call for someone, help him get out of here. But we're far away from like the nearest town. The nearest town is like 30 plus miles away. So we'll find out. I think here they come right now. So let's find out what the verdict is.
So he's driving my car to Moab as we speak, but we lost the cell signal. Oh shit! There you go.
What do you think's happening?
I think I'm dehydrated and the altitude is catching up with me.
So what are you gonna do? What's the plan?
Plan is to get a shuttle and get the shuttle to drive me to Moab to pick my car up, which is a tall order. I have no idea how this is going to work.
All right. The maniac, and he's gone. So we have found some incredible Good Samaritans who have pulled over and jammed my dad's bike into the car, and they are gonna drive him to the nearest town where he can get a motel and have cell service and get himself out of here. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. All right, Dad, I love you. It's been good.
You guys be well.
Thank you. Hey, Dad, come here. Love you, man. All right, it's okay. You don't. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, guys. Well, that's sad, but I feel so relieved. Thank you to those incredible Good Samaritans for pulling over and helping, especially in this crazy time with COVID and just, I mean, thank you for the people out there who help other people when they're in need. I think we all just need to be more like them and help each other out when other people need it. So, Dad, I know that was a tough decision for you to make, but thank you for coming out here. Thank you for trying. More power to you. It's an incredible undertaking in itself. So I love you, Dad. Good job. So it's us.
It's us. It's now the two musketeers here. Just
pushing. All right. Well, let's do it.
let's do this.
All right. Well, the saga continues. It looks like we've taken the wrong road now twice. We're looking for a little difficult to see left-hand trail that takes you off into the forest for a couple hundred yards, and then supposedly the hut is supposed to be right there, but it's the second trail that we have biked up and we haven't found it.
I assume this is human error, probably on my part, but I mean, I just can't. I don't know what we did wrong.
From that T intersection,
Yeah.
continue for 1.4 miles. 1.4 miles
Was like 0.5 miles ago. I think we need to go back out and look for the next. It's like process of elimination at this point. But yeah, it's starting to get really breezy out here, and it's been a really long day, so
Yeah, we need to find our house.
Let's do it. Let's find our. This is a treasure hunt. You know, at the end of the road is. It's not a pot of gold. It's like literally a bowl of like Chef Boyardee ravioli. So. Huh. That's a good sign, dude. You kidding? No. All right, we gotta go back to the road. Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh! Victory! Oh! Oh! Oh, yeah. A watermelon. Decadent. Monday tomorrow. 0% chance of rain, but windy. Very windy. 70 and 47 is low, so it could be cold.
When the night comes out, I will leave my house alone. And I will go where you will go. When the sun comes out, I will return home alone. But I won't go.
It is day 4 of the San Juan Huts. We are waking up at Colombine Hut. Slept well, very tired yesterday. Yesterday was a long day, eventful day, a lot to process as well, with my dad having to call it halfway through yesterday's ride. Just, you know, he was just extremely dehydrated and couldn't get his energy back. And when you're on a trip like this, where it's, you know, self-supported, you have to kind of take care of yourself and get from A to B to C to D. He rode hard for nearly a full 3 days, almost 100 miles worth of riding across some really rugged terrain. But, you know, towards yesterday afternoon, you could just see him getting more and more dehydrated. So when you combine that with being at altitude around, you know, 9,000 feet pretty much all day yesterday, and in the sun, those 3 things combined can really affect you negatively, and in extreme cases they can kill you. So I'm so proud of you, Dad. I'm so proud of you for trying. I think many people your age wouldn't ever even have considered trying to do this, and I think that that's so valiant and so courageous of you to put it all on the line and to really test yourself. And I think that you know, we as humans, we grow when we challenge ourselves and when we test ourselves. And sometimes we don't complete the thing that we set out to do, but when you set your goals high, I think that's all that really counts. So great job, Dad. I'm sad that you're no longer here on the ride with us, but I'm glad we got to spend those days together. Now Carlos and I have the added responsibility. We have to complete this for all 3 of us. So today's ride is going to be about 36 miles. It's kind of a lot of up and down, and it's very windy today, so it will probably be a bit more difficult. But it's going to be a beautiful day on the bikes, and I'm excited to get on the road. So yeah, if you're enjoying this series so far, if you're enjoying these videos, please give them a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications enabled. Leave a comment in the comment section. We got a big day ahead of us, so I'm going to stop blabbing and start packing so we can start riding. Let's go. All right, everybody, it's day 4. We're locked and loaded. We're ready to ride. Let's hit it. So we've made it 10 miles so far on today's ride, and we're at a place called Windy Point Overlook. Aptly named because it's extremely windy, but way off into the distance we have this incredible panoramic view right now, and at the horizon you can see a mountain range. That mountain range is the La Salle Mountains, and those will be the final climb before we descend the other side down into Moab, Utah. So it's really cool. Behind us you can see that the geography is really changing. The environment is changing. Right now we're still up in aspen forests and pine forests, but as the mountain just falls away behind me, it really changes into a high desert kind of environment. So we're savoring these last couple of minutes up here in this nice little mountain environment, but we're excited for the long downhill that comes next. Pedaling as hard as I can and going 2 miles an hour. Well, today has been one for the record books. We're about 30 miles into today's ride, and we have been like skirting this gigantic storm front for the entire ride. It's been so windy and super isolated. We've just been up on this forested plateau, climbing, dipping, climbing, dipping, climbing, dipping all day.
By far the most precarious, fun, windy moment of the trip so far.
And we can't really rest or stop because of this storm. We don't want to be caught up here if you know, it starts to get bad. So we only have about 8 miles left until the hut, but 8 miles can seem like an eternity. Just ask Eminem. So we've just arrived to hut number 4, and we have some guests welcoming us. This place is gorgeous. We're on a working ranch here, and there are some horses. It smells so good here, you guys. It's just pine, fresh air and pine. What happened?
I learned how to bike ride today. Today is when it happened.
Yeah.
Today is when it truly happened. Today is when I thought I might die. No, I'm not even kidding. So dude, I mean, like, there were multiple spots that were like completely like spiritually like harrowing, but like there was one spot where we're going down a hill. The last time I saw how fast we were going, it was like 27, and it was like pretty gravelly. And then we're coming into the bottom left turn out. The tree's clear. No more trees means tons of wind all at once.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I don't know how to handle this on a bike. Like I've never dealt with this before, like ever. The back starts to like wiggle away, and I see like the end of my walking in my future, and I'm terrified. A variation of that type of event happened like every 15 minutes today.
I know.
And here we are.
It was heavy, dude. High five, man.
Yes.
High five.
It was fun.
Alright, well, here we are at Graham Ranch. It's night 4 on the San Juan Huts. Definitely getting more desert-like here, but it reminds me a lot actually of the Eastern Sierras in California. It was actually really beautiful here just a couple of minutes ago, but that storm that we have been running from all day has finally caught up with us here, and we're starting to get a couple of drops of rain. It just feels good to be here. And you know, I got a text message from my dad today. He is okay, but he did actually go to the doctors when he got into Delta and said that he had extreme dehydration. And so I'm glad that that all worked out the way that it did. Anyways, we need to cook some dinner. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning here at Graham Ranch. Day 5 is about to begin. We are boiling up some water and making some coffee. We're gonna make some breakfast. The sun is just rising out over the valley, over the ranch. Got the horses out there. Big storm came through last night. That storm that we were evading all day yesterday on the bicycles, riding like as hard as we could to get away from, finally caught up to us, and it really unleashed quite a bit of rain last night, but it's made for a beautiful morning today and clear skies, so it looks like it's going to be a great day riding. But first we need to get some coffee, get some breakfast in us, clean up the hut and pack up our bags, and we're on our way, so stay tuned. All right, well, we have a huge 2,000-foot descent down this road, and we are very, very visibly changing zones, ecological zones. You can see from the soil color, the fact that the pines are up at the top of the hill here, and as we get lower, they tend to get smaller and smaller, and then they're gone. So we're gonna be dropping down into like canyon country, and this is gonna be super fun.
That was a great time. We went down a 2,000-foot descent, which much of it has clearly not been driven on or rode down on a bicycle in a very long time.
Yeah.
It's just bumpy, loose rocks and gravel and sharp sticks and
tire popping stuff.
Tire popping stuff and rogue bulls.
Yeah.
That aren't chill.
No.
Bad place to get your gears messed up.
Oh my God. Dude, yeah, that's a big ass bull. All right, well, we are stopping for lunch and we've just descended like over 2,000 feet. So I'd say we're probably around maybe 5,500, 6,000 feet right now. But descent that we just came down was definitely like the roughest road so far on the whole trip. It feels like we are in the most remote area yet that we've ridden through. And it's really cool. Like, it's so quiet here. And when we were up at the overlook, there was literally zero sign of human habitation or any altering of the landscape other than the dirt road. So we came down, we're riding, we saw a coyote, saw a snake, saw a couple of cows, and then just had like a head-to-head with a bull, which was, you know, sitting on the side of the road in the shade, a black bull. I didn't see it. I came ripping around the corner and he stood up real quick, obviously surprised, as was I, but luckily nothing happened. So we're gonna stop here. We're gonna have lunch, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and rehydrate, put some more sunscreen on, and then we have a large climb in front of us, today's biggest climb.
.13.
The climb continues. We're about 20 miles into today's ride of 36 miles. It's hot, and it's up, and it's climb, climb, climb right now. We just finished the climb. It was brutal. Honestly, no exaggeration, it was brutal. Just kept going, and going, and going. Now we're back up here in the pines, and we're literally just collapsed in the middle of the road. We haven't seen another person for like 6 hours. So I don't think...
Dead cow and a snake.
A dead cow and a snake and a coyote. That's it. We're just like gonna take a snooze, literally, like in the middle of the road. It's we need rest. Oh my God.
Right off of this, we're gonna die. Like, there will be no more.
This is like a 1,000-foot cliff right here. We're gonna take it real slow and safe. Oh my God. Honestly, this is the most scenic place I think I've ever been. I came down that hill and around this corner and saw that view, and I just stood here for probably 2 minutes like this. Just jaw agape, speechless. It's like you turn the corner and you're in an entirely different world. And we're in the desert. We're in this high red rock desert. and you can see how the mountains are just being eroded away. I don't know, I've never seen anything quite like it, and to arrive here by bicycle is just, it's really unbelievable. I've had the pleasure and the honor to travel a lot, and I've seen a lot of places around the world, and I've done a lot of things, but I can tell you right now, seeing that view after having ridden my bike for the last 5 days to get here, I don't think anything in my travel history has been as rewarding as this moment right now. So I'm just gonna sit here for a bit and just soak it up, because it's really just, it's unbelievable. So across the street from our hut for tonight is the Gateway Resort, and we decided to just swing in here, eat a hamburger, and now we're going back to the hut. But the views are spectacular. So we just got in tonight to hut number 5 at the Gateway Hut in Gateway, Colorado, and this is the most beautiful little town I have never heard of. The hut here is located right on the Dolores River, which is just wending its way right through this beautiful valley and unbelievable mesas. We're just kind of like in a canyon surrounded by all of these beautiful, prominent red rock plateaus. And that's pretty much what we rode down from today. Today was the most savage day of mountain biking I have ever had. Hands down by a long shot. Coming down off of the plateau up there at like 8,000 feet and dropping down to 4,500 feet where we are right now was really just an unrivaled experience. Equal parts frightening, like petrifyingly so, because if you fell off, you know, there's 1,000-foot drop, but also super invigorating, incredibly scenic, and yeah, I don't know, it just kind of redefined in my head the limits of like what you can do on a bicycle. So we are going to get unpacked. I think we're gonna dive in that river and get a good night's sleep because we're super tired and we have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. So I will talk to you all then. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that is the end of episode 2. I really hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button for this video. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel with notifications enabled so you don't miss the final episode of this series. And please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Make sure you stay tuned for the final episode of this series where we have the hardest day of cycling yet, climbing over 4,000 feet in a single day from the searing heat of Gateway, Colorado, up into the cool pine trees of the La Salle Mountains, crossing the border into Utah, and making our way down into the beautiful Red Rock Desert of Moab, Utah. Stay tuned, and like I always say, travel farther, fail smarter, and never give up. Peace.